Welcome to the NKey Video Show, the place and platform for indie creatives. I'm your host, Kenny Key Moore. This is a choir music episode. My guest has a new single out, but before we start the show, would you do two things for me? First, go like and subscribe to the Minds of Creativity Facebook page and YouTube channel so you can check out the rest of the content and get alerts when new shows are available. Second, follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel and connect with me on social media at Coach_ANYKENY on X, TikTok, and Instagram so you can check out other episodes of the show and keep up with the rest of the stuff that I'm doing. All right, my guest is ready. I'm ready, so let's start the show. Before my guest comes on to talk about his choir's new single, let's watch a clip of it. Here's Sir Jerry Sadler and the Sound of Pentecost, Call His Name, on the NKey Video Show.
Oh, who do you call when you need a friend? Say, Jesus, Jesus. When you don't know what to do and can't see your way through. Jesus, Jesus. Oh, you're sick and you can't get away. Jesus, Jesus. Gonna heal your body so you can tell. Jesus. If you have a problem, he has the answer. Give it to him. He'll handle it better. All you got to do is just call his name. All you gotta do is call his name. Just call his Everybody say call. Just call his name. Oh Lord. Everybody in this building say, just call his name. I dare you to call it. Just call his name. They said he was a doctor.
All right, now joining me is Sir Jerry Sadler. He's the leader and founder of the Sound of Pentecost Community Choir from the Greensboro, North Carolina area. They have traveled the country and shared the stage with James Hall, Donald Lawrence, Pastor Charles Jenkins, and many more national recording artists. You just saw a clip of their new single. Now let's bring him on to talk about it. Sir Jerry, let me make sure I do it right. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being on. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Kenny. Thanks for having me.
All right. So the first
Can you hear
time,
me better?
that's much better. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So whenever I have anybody on the show for the first time, I always start the interview with this question. And the question is this. Tell me your earliest memory or the moment you fell in love with music.
Ooh. I would have to say, growing up, I'm from a small town called Lexington, North Carolina. And my grandmother is the reason why I love gospel music. But anywho, every year she would have us participate in the MLK community choir that they do every year. They had a youth division and an adult division. And I never understood why grandma always made us sing, but every year I look forward to doing it. And that's when I realized, for one, I love gospel music, and for two, I loved choir music. I would say she started me about 7-8 years old, and ever since then it's just been my thing.
Gotcha. So since the age of 7, you've been doing this.
7, yes, sir.
So you're a church kid for real.
I'm a church kid for real. I'm a Baptist at heart, a good country Baptist.
Okay, yeah, I heard it in the music, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So listen, the Sound of Pentecost, that's a really big name to use for choirs. So
Yes,
give
sir.
me the backstory on how you decided on the name.
Oh man. Actually, when we first started, the name of the choir was Judah Generation.
Okay.
And we kind of shifted our sound. So I started reading, and I've always been fascinated or interested in the whole Pentecost, how the Pentecostal church celebrates Pentecost. And I started reading, in Acts 2:1 is where our name is derived from. When the day of Pentecost was fully
Mm,
come, they were all in
mm,
one place with one
yes,
accord.
yes, yes.
And then there came a sound from heaven. There's a rushing mighty wind.
Yes,
The
sir.
sound is what stood out to me.
Mm,
If your sound is
okay.
on one accord, like a mighty rushing wind, then that's when the Spirit filled the place. So the sound of Pentecost, that's who we are. We are the sound. We always invite God to come in anything we do, anytime we open our mouths. So that's where it came from.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Acts 2:1. And the fact that it's biblically based, I think it's evident in your music.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, here's a tough question. I'm gonna let you know up front. Tough
Okay.
question. Give me your top 5 choirs and top 5 choir directors.
Oh man.
I told you it was tough.
Oh man, you're gonna do this to me. Okay, I would say my top 5 choirs. I love Milton Brunson and Thompson Community.
Okay.
I
Okay,
do a
go
lot.
ahead,
I
man.
cover a lot of their songs. That's one of my all-time favorites. James Hall and Worship and Praise.
Yes, sir.
Um, one of my all-time favorites. Actually, when I started, the sound, the heaviness, the vibrato, I actually modeled my choir to that sound.
Gotcha.
Um,
I can hear
let's
that now
see.
that you say that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, Timothy Wright in his choir.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
absolutely. Um, Love Fellowship.
Of course.
And I would also have to say I
What's that?
love Mississippi Mass Choir.
Okay.
I
Absolutely.
I love that old sound. I love it. I love it. My top 5 choir directors.
Mhm.
And if any of y'all are watching, I promise I love y'all. But I would say my top 5 would be. Ooh, that's a tough one. You got me, Kenny. Because I don't want to name.
Well, listen, it's subjective, right?
It
So,
is. It is. It is. Of course. Okay, I'm gonna start James Hall. I'm always with James Hall. I'm a James Hall fan to the end.
okay,
Um,
fair enough.
I actually sing with the choir as well. Patrick Riddick. He's one of my all-time favorite
Good one.
choir directors.
That's a good
I
one.
actually sing with Divine Worship.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
Who
Listen, what he
else?
did with Steps In, that's a
That was right
classic.
in. Oh yes,
Let's
sir.
look here. He took that thing and he did it right. So
Absolutely.
salute to him.
Absolutely. Ricky Dillard, I gotta put Ricky on my top 5. Ricky's consistent, he does what he does.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
Alanda Draper,
Oh yeah. Rest in
I
peace.
love Alanda Draper.
Yes, sir.
And I would say my 5th spot would have to go to give it to Hezekiah Walker because Hez
Okay.
been consistent as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You named all legends. So this list, no one can argue with this list. You can't go wrong with this list.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to get into the single and talk about your new music right on the other side of this quick break. Stay with
Okay.
us.
Yes, sir.
Please, please.
All right, we are back with Sir Jerry Sadler, um, and we're talking about his new single, "Call His Name." So let's get more into it. We saw a clip of it. Give me the inspiration behind it, and tell me what led to the creation of the song.
Oh, I actually was in the shower when the song came to me.
You got quiet again. Something happened.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay. I actually wrote that song. The song came to me while I was in the shower one day, back in June of last year. And the words, "Who do you call when you need a friend?" It came to me just like that. When I write songs, they come in pieces, so I always have to grab my phone and do a little voice memo so I don't forget how it
Sure,
goes.
absolutely. That's right, because you'll
And I
forget.
said,
Uh-huh.
exactly. But I said I want something, what we call on the name of Jesus, kind of like that quartet feel, but it's still quiet,
Yes.
And I got with my MD, gave him what I had. We literally put the song together in like a matter of minutes, and since then it's just been magic.
Wow. Well, you can definitely hear the quartet in that drive because that bass line goes straight quartet.
Oh yes, oh
You know,
yes.
so I could see why I could see where the inspiration came from. So you
Oh
mentioned
yes.
your MD, and we saw a clip of the video. Shout out your collaborators on the production of both the music and the video.
Absolutely. So my MD, I want to shout out LA Williams. He's also my bass player. So that bass line you hear, that's my MD.
I got you.
Yes, sir. LA Williams, he's my producer slash MD for the choir. I also had Matthew Golston on main keys, David Porter on organ, Brandon Gadet was my drummer. I also have Jeremy Spurgeon on horns. My video production was a company called a guy called Quest. The owner is Quest and Clay.
Okay.
Um, Larry Wilson from Atlanta, Georgia, did my mixing and
My
mastering.
brother.
And
What up, Larry?
yeah, Larry, yeah, Larry mixed and mastered. And Joe Riley was my engineer for that night.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to y'all. Y'all fellas are the goats.
Absolutely. Everybody's kudos to everybody. It was a great job and it sounds great. It looks great. So that's half the battle when it comes to putting out quality. As long as it sounds great and it looks great, then the rest will take care of itself, especially when God's hand is on it, right?
Absolutely. Oh, and don't let me forget the leader of the song, my brother Willie Moore. He came down to us from Newark, New Jersey. So shout out to
Really?
Willie. Yes, sir.
Okay. Shout out to Hillside. That's where I went to high school, class of '91.
Okay. Okay.
Best class ever, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, and my last name is Moore, so we might be related, but there's a lot of
You
more.
might be.
So look, as we turn the corner here and get ready to head to the finish line, the single is out now. So tell me what's next. We talked about it a little bit backstage, but to let the audience know what's next for you and Sound of Pentecost.
Absolutely. So as Kenny just said, the single is out. Y'all can go get it from all your digital platforms. We are scheduled to release our album in April of this year. I'm excited about it. Production is going good. So when that album drops, I want y'all to run it up. We have some amazing artists on this album. Michelle Prather, Joyce Obie, Tremaine Graham, William McLaughlin, Antoine Phillips, just to name a few. So the album is amazing. So when it drops in April, I want y'all to go get it.
Yeah, for sure. So was full album or EP?
It's a full album, 9 songs.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Very good. Any visuals to go along with it, or is this just call his name right now?
So the entire live recording was recorded. So as we drop the music, there will be visuals as well.
Nice. Very
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Very nice. And so I know you're dropping you got the single, you got the album coming. What are you doing in terms of marketing? Is there any promo tours or any dates or anything like that's coming up that people should be aware of?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do a lot of traveling. Actually this weekend we'll actually be in Glen Burnie, Maryland.
Oh,
We're guests for a concert up there. Of course, we're going to promote our music. We do a spring tour every year in May. The dates haven't been finalized or the location as of yet. But that'll be coming. We're going to push the album, push the music. So that's our goal.
sounds good. Sounds good. So last question, and then I'll get you out of here. Um, tell my audience how they can connect to you and the choir. Tell them how they can follow you on social media, and I think you already said they could get it everywhere digitally, correct? In terms of the
Yes,
music.
sir. Yes, sir. So all the music you can get it on Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, all of that. Y'all can go get that single, Call His Name. Um, you can reach us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Sir Jerry Sadler and Sound of Pentecost. You can follow us if you have any booking requests. You can hit up our page, and then our administration team will get you the email, all of that good stuff. So just search our name on all social media outlets and you can find us.
All right. And then I know we was talking backstage. You have an open call going on right now too, as well, right?
Yes, sir. So we are well, let me back up. So we have a North Carolina chapter and we also have a Southeast chapter. The Southeast includes South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, that area. We are accepting members in both locations, sopranos, altos, and tenors. If you're interested, send a message with your name and email to the Sound of Pentecost page on Facebook, and somebody from our administration team will get with you. But we would love to have you to go on this journey with us.
All right. All right. So listen, Sir Jerry, appreciate you coming on and spending a few minutes with me. All the best with the music. Look forward to hearing the project, and your music has a home on the Any Key Video Show because you put out quality music.
Well, I appreciate you, Kenny, and I want to thank you for giving us independent artists a platform and be showing interest in what we do. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I just want to thank you as well.
Oh, for sure. That's what the show is, the place and platform for independent creatives. So
Yes, sir.
that's what we do here on this show because, as an independent artist, you don't have the machine behind you. So if we don't have that platform and somebody to push and promote the independence, it's, somebody's got to do it. And I just told to do it.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. All right. All the best. Take care.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. That was Jerry Sadler. And that's going to be it for this episode of the Any Key Video Show. I want to again thank Jerry for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, would like your brands and services to be advertised and promoted on the show, or if you want your video to be featured on the show, send an email to KEbnMusicPub@gmail.com. Again, that's KEbnMusicPub@gmail.com. Subscribe to the Minds of Creativity YouTube channel, which is a part of the All Sports, All Plays network, so you can check out the rest of the content and so you can get the alert when new episodes are available. You can become a patron on my Patreon page. Just go to patreon.com/ANYKENY to get exclusive access to new content and free show merchandise. Or you can order your merchandise at the online store, which is KANMcollective.threadless.com. Again, that's KANMcollective.threadless.com. Shout out to all my patrons and people who have ordered merchandise. Really appreciate your support. Subscribe right now to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media at Coach_ANYKENY on X, TikTok, and Instagram, and on my Facebook music page, Any Key Music, which is spelled capital ANY, capital KE, lowercase b, lowercase n, and capital Y. So until next time, remember, be positive on purpose.